Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the differences between the header, and heading in HTML. Now this is a bit confusing because they sound very similar to each other, but they're actually completely different things. So I wanted to provide some clarification on them. First of all, let's start with the head tag. Now the head tag goes before the body tag, so it's not even in the body. And the head tag is typically where we don't put our content. Instead, we put information about the web page. So in the head tag, we also have the title tag, and then we also have meta tags. In addition to that, we may also have an external style sheet or style tags, or if we have a JavaScript document, we could have script tags, etc. That can go in the head. So then we have the body. And the body is where all of the content of the web page is placed. So, inside of my body, I have a tag called header. Now this is different from the head tag because the header tag is inside of the body. The head tag is not. Now the header tag is a new tag that was introduced in HTML5. Basically, if you look at the source code of a lot of web pages, you may see something like a div with an ID of header, or a div with a class of header. And this is what many people have been doing. And it has been found that so many people have been doing this to their web page because they need to have a header in their web page that for HTML5 they created this new header tag. So it's basically like a div tag, but it signifies a header of a web page. So inside of this header tag right here, I have some headings. Now, headings are basically sort of headings of a web page. So I'm going to show you my example right here. This is the web page that I've created. So we see the H1 tag, this is a heading, and it makes the text nice and bold. So if you had a newspaper article, maybe the headline, the big headline of the newspaper article would be like an H1, right? And then maybe you might have some subheadings, maybe some more different stories inside of the big headline, and so that would be like an H2 and etc. There's H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, H7. And as you can see, the H1 tag is bigger than the H2 tag. This is the H2 tag, the H2 tag gets smaller. And the H7 tag is even smaller, so they slowly get smaller with each level. And so, you don't have to put heading tags inside of a header tag. You could put it inside of a header tag if you wanted to, but you could also put it in some other tag. It really doesn't matter. However, it still has to be enclosed in the body. You wouldn't put headings inside of the head tag. You would put it inside of a header tag or inside of whatever other kind of tag you are using at the time. And so, the one thing I want to add about headings is that you see an H1 tag is bigger than an H2 tag and an H7 tag is smaller, but with CSS, it's possible to change the look of our headings. So, in CSS, we could actually make our H1 smaller than our H2. That's something that we could do. So I don't like to think of H1 as being bigger than H2. I would just like to think of H1 as being a higher level heading than an H2 tag, because with CSS we can actually change the look and feel of all of our headings. So that is basically it. And so to recap, I'll just do a quick recap. We have the head tag, which goes above the body tag. Inside the head tag, we have information about the web page, like we have the title, we have meta tags, and we can also load scripts as well as style sheets, and we could also do embedded style sheets in the head tag. That could go in the head tag. Then we have the body. Now our other two things, we have our headers and headings. And those go inside of the body. They never go in the head tag because they're considered content. The header tag is basically like a division or a div with an ID of header or a class of header, and it's used to divide the web page so that we can style it accordingly. And then inside of our header tags, or rather, really anywhere in our body tags, we have headings. And headings go from H1, which is a big heading or a higher level heading, all the way down to H7, which is a smaller level heading or a smaller heading. So that is the difference between head, header, and heading. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks. Bye.